Okay.
Yay! All right, Danielle, you want to kick it off?
All right. Welcome to our team meeting. Hopefully you can hear me this evening. It's Monday, October 8th, and tonight we're diving into some of the tools. So I am going to be doing a shared screen this evening to walk through a few of the tools that we have available to us. So most of you on the call are probably familiar, but it's always good to get a refresher. And this is actually, again, something coming off of, what was it, 2 weeks ago now, the New York City regional training that they held, and they did a training on the tools. And I really appreciated that because it's important for all of us to know what's available to us, you know, when we're trying to utilize this system that we always talk about, right? There's a system. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are tools in place to help all of us. So it's a very level playing field when you step into this business. And the person who was presenting that typical training talked about how when she started in this business, you know, she has a marketing or PR background. She's a personal trainer, you know, really into fitness, really knowledgeable, super smart, but she started creating all of her own content and, you know, presentations, which were fabulous. They were wonderful. You know, they were great. But what she realized was if she wasn't there, nobody else was able to deliver the message. No one else was able to give that presentation. You know, she was the one who had to do it because it was her content. It was what she created. And then she realized, wait a second, we have all these tools available to us. If I can just plug into the tools that we have, I don't have to always be there. My team can do it, right? It's kind of like plug into the system. Your sponsor can do it for you and kind of show you, and then you can take the reins and do it yourself. So I'm going to walk through 3 websites tonight for you that you're probably all familiar with, but we're going to go through it again because, again, it's always a good refresher. And I'm going to share my screen. The first one we're going to talk about is, the first one we're going to talk about is the Healthy Living Revolution website. All right. And everybody, someone give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, excellent. So this website, healthylivingrevolution.com, is basically, it's for our community. It's for our customers. You can even use it for prospects. This is a website that we often refer to in our customer Facebook page. We really want to get tools into the hands of our customers, and there are a ton of resources here. So a couple of spots I'm going to direct you to, and then I'm going to invite everybody in their own time to go onto this website and poke around. Just, you know, spend 5-10 minutes if you're not familiar with everything that's on here. So the first thing is you're going to notice the toolbars across the top: resources, start strong, one simple change, shred 10, and about us. Under resources, and this is probably where I go most frequently, you're going to find the cookbook, our Healthy Living Revolution Live, Home Fitness Series, Charity Miles, Community Events, and then Freedom Revolution, which I'll jump into in a second. And then there's shortcuts if someone were to scroll down right here, okay? So under our resources, the cookbook is huge. This is such an awesome tool that the company has put together for us with the help of our community of other distributors. So there is now what we have, seasonal cookbook. So if they go to this page, they're going to download still the summer cookbook. November 1st is when the fall cookbook comes out. And this is great to not only use with your current customers, but even start conversations with prospects. Everybody's always looking for healthy recipes, right? I like to utilize these seasonal cookbooks when I do customer care. So every time a new cookbook comes out, I reach out to all of my customers and let them know, hey, you know, how are you doing? We've got something fun and exciting coming out. Our latest edition of our Revolution cookbook, you know, has just launched. Click here to download. And I send them the direct link to this page so that they can download it themselves. So I don't download it and then email it to them. I give them the link so they can download it themselves because I want to direct them to the website where maybe they're going to poke around and get some more information for themselves, right? So that's one thing. The other thing here is the Healthy Living Revolution Live. So that's the second one down. another great resource, for us to be using as my computer loads. So this is where all of the webinars are housed. And if you noticed on our customer page on Facebook over the weekend, I posted this latest one, the flyer for this latest one, the chiropractor's perspective on health. Wait, don't start. The newest one is always posted up here on the top. There's always a flyer down below. And then if you click previous episodes, you're going to find all of the cataloged ones that have been done prior. The nice way to utilize this is in, when you're in conversation with someone, or not, start a conversation with someone. Maybe you've talked to somebody about, I don't know, one of the topics that you might find on here. Maybe there's somebody who's really into their beauty and skin, maybe into the, products, cosmetics that they're using, something along those lines. You can say, hey, I just watched this really awesome webinar on skin health, and it made me think of you because I remember we were having that conversation that you were concerned about the products you were using and the condition of your skin. I thought you'd be interested in watching this too. If I sent it to you, would you like to watch it? It's, it's about whatever, 35 minutes long. Most of them are shorter, I will say. Most of them are like 20, anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes usually. So that's another way that you can utilize these in customer care or prospecting with people. It's all about just getting education. So poke around in here. Maybe there's a topic that you yourself want some information on, right? So it's great for us too in terms of education. All right, so that's that. And the other thing I wanted to point out here under resources is another one that's becoming a favorite of mine is the home fitness series. So you've seen me probably post these on our workout Wednesdays now in our customer page that we've been doing those, or sometimes I post them in the Shred 10 page. Here you're gonna find resources on home workouts. So maybe you've got a customer who is trying to work out, they can't get to the gym, or maybe finances are an issue, they can't afford to belong to something. You can share this with them. And maybe they're not even a customer of yours yet. Maybe it's just a friend, right? This is a way to kind of introduce them into the community that you're a part of. Hey, I know, Sally, you were talking about wanting to, start working out again, but couldn't really find the time. Through our community, we have these awesome home workouts. They're about 20, 25 minutes long. You could do it at home after you put the kids to bed, or once you send them off to school, right? Whatever would fit into their lifestyle. If I sent you the link, would you want to check it out? I've been using them. They're really cool. If anybody noticed, Chrisanne did a live video not long ago where she shared her experience after just doing one. And I've personally done a handful of them, and they really are good. And then again, there's mindfulness and breathing down here too. So try it yourself, poke around, see what works for you, and it might spark something to, again, think of people on your memory jogger that you want to reach out to that you haven't connected with in a while. Start Strong, the next tab. I'm not going to go into it, but it's all about the kids. It's all focused around our Start Strong challenge for kids. That's where you can download the kids book. So if you've got either prospects or customers with families and children, you definitely want to get this into their hands. And then again, one simple change, you guys can poke around in these on your own. But I'm going to click on the Shred 10, which is going to direct, tell me if you can see this, if it opens up. It's supposed to open up the Shred 10 website. Do you see the Shred 10 website now?
Not yet.
All right, here we go. I guess you have to change the share. Here we go. It goes to the Shred 10 website, okay? So again, when we want to utilize the tools, we want to utilize the tools. If you're talking to somebody about our Shred 10 program and they're open to more information, you want to send them to this website, shred10.com, okay? This first video is Dr. Mitra Ray and Jay Kelly talking about the program. So rather than just sending them just the video, I like to send them the whole website, because what they can do is scroll down, they can listen to these stories, hear other people's experiences. It talks about the resources that will be available to them. It kind of almost does the work for you, but it's just reinforcement for probably the conversation you're already going to have with them. So again, it goes to the tools, it goes to the program. How do I get started, right? So rather than, again, just sending them the video, I send them to the website. Just use the tools. That's the shred10.com. And, okay, I gotta go back to my screen share. Bear with me. That's what I want. And move you over. Okay. All right. So the other thing that I'm going to go over on the, again, we're on Healthy Living Revolution Live, is this thing is in the wrong place. The little wheel on the bottom, right? Most of our websites have this little spoke wheel. If we click on it, it's going to take us to a place where we want to put in a password. The password is revolution. This is going to take us to the resource center for distributors only. Type it in. All right, you guys with me so far? Give me a thumbs up. Or a nod of the head, that'll do too. All right, so we're in the resource center for distributors. Thank you. And here is where, if you ever wondered where we're pulling some of the visuals from that we're putting on social media or in our customer page, those monthly themes, we're pulling them from here. I'm not going to download any of them because it's going to take way too long, but you can see October is right on the top. Our theme for the month is Plan to Prevent, so you can download that. There's images there for you to use. Here you're also going to have the quick links to download all of the cookbooks, okay? So our original Revolution one, all the other cookbooks, there's some videos there. And then here are your links to download presentations. So if you're doing a Facebook event, if you're doing a presentation on your smartphone, if you needed to do a PowerPoint or, you know, larger scale presentation, you're going to be able to download that here. So you've got the visuals and you've got the scripts all here. Awesome, right? That's something that not long ago, or a month or so ago, when Jen Bernstein and I were able to do a presentation at a health fair, we were able to download this. She had the presentation, the PowerPoint. She could get up there confidently and share and educate the community, which is again, there's more images.
Someone needs to mute. I think it's Cato.
I got it. Okay, more images there. You'll notice the different tabs up here. So again, Shred 10, you're going to find resources for the Shred 10. If you've never done this before, I'm going to invite you to do it, just so you become more familiar with everything. And this is a little slow to load. I don't know why. Okay. So here's our Shred 10 resources. This one right here, the Shred 10 system guide. This is for reps to understand, you know, how to share the shred, how to run a shred group, what to do during the 10 days of the shred, plan events around, and so forth. So this is a great tool for us as distributors. Here we've got the Shred Guidebook and the Shred Cookbook, which are tools that we share with the customers that are taking part in the experience, and they are also housed, we always keep them in our Facebook page, so you may be pulling them from there. This is where we originally got them from.
And you guys, we can get these printed in printed form at conference, or you can order them from Juice Plus Promotions too. Yeah, like a pack of them. Mm-hmm. So they're nice. They make good, not only for you, they make nice customer gifts too, right? If you've got a new customer doing the shred, you might want to gift them with a cookbook. Or if you've got a really loyal customer that's doing the shred with you, you know, successfully, you might want to gift them one. So they make really nice gifts. Customer profile sheet, the checklists, and so forth, and then some additional videos, okay, and then more images. So poke around in there. Start Strong is going to be all stuff pertaining to the kids program. Probably shouldn't have clicked on it. It's taking so long to load. And then the Freedom Revolution, okay, which pertains to the business and tools in sharing the business opportunity.
So again, there's going to be things you can download and scripts. A handful of you are familiar with the Freedom Revolution launch calls we've done. For some of you here on the call, or you've maybe been a part of one, where we've done them on Zoom. We've got the script right from here. And this is actually a quick little webinar where these handful of distributors are going over how to actually utilize that. So if you're someone that wants to dive into that, please feel free. All right, I'm going to close out of this one. Any questions about the Healthy Living Revolution website or resources? And I can't see everybody, so feel free to unmute and just say, okay, I'm going to keep going on.
I think it's just great to know that they're there and that they're, they update a lot of this stuff. So they're constantly making them better, which is great. So it's important to check in. I'm just noticing the changes since the last time I checked in. So it's good to do it periodically, even if it's once a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And I will, the Healthy Living Revolution, I frequent that website because I'm always, if I'm in conversation with somebody, whether it be a customer or a prospect, I'm always looking there. Is there something I can direct them to on this website where I can give them an additional, resource or tool and pull them into our community so they get a taste of what it is that we're all about? Or maybe they're a customer, but they might not be utilizing these tools. Is there something I can share with them? Is there something I can bring up in conversation? So I do like to frequently go to that website. Now, this website, thefreedomrevolution.com, it's important that you have the in there, thefreedomrevolution.com is our more of the business side of things, okay? And if you are newer on the team, you've been directed here when you first started on and signed on. This home page is a home page that you can actually send though to a prospect, somebody that's interested in the business. Maybe it's a customer, maybe it's just a friend and they're looking into everything. You can send them this website. They can watch this video here, and then they can listen to some of the stories below. Okay, so maybe they are an athlete. They may want to hear these stories, which are comprised of a handful of distributors that all have an athletic background, or they're athletes themselves, and they're sharing, their experience about being on this mission and doing this business. Okay, so it's all business focused. Maybe there's, a military family that you're speaking with, or somebody in the military spouse. Maybe they want to be directed here to hear stories. There might be something that resonates with them because maybe you personally can't relate, but you have tools here that you can share. Okay. All of these other tabs on top are password protected. So if they were going to try to go to them, they would need a password to get in. As a distributor, you have the password because you've been invited to, when you started, to get started and go through our starter guide. It saved my password. So again, the password here, if you were to click on there, it's going to take you to the screen to put it in. The password is Revolution, all lowercase, just like the other site. You can also access it by clicking the little spinny wheel down on the bottom, okay? So when we click getting started, this is where, again, we've invited new distributors to come into. Every new distributor is invited to start here to download their starter guide. And then in addition to having your starter guide, there are these handfuls of videos that correspond to each section of your starter guide. And it probably takes about an hour or so to go through all of these videos. And so you can sit down and, do it all at once, or you can chunk it down and do it in bits of time and watch the video and then go through the workbook to really start casting the vision, working on that memory jogger, your list of people you want to share this with, work on sharing your story, events, and so forth, okay? So again, if you haven't worked on that, I invite you to do so. We've got facts, which is a great area for any distributor to go to get answers from corporate on a lot of questions, especially when you're new, that you're going to get over and over again. Why does it ship in a 4-month supply? What grows in the produce? All of these questions, right? And then the business questions too. So I love how they've put this all together for us now. There's a video section that just has a couple of videos here. You're welcome to use those. There's the the link on the compensation plan, which I won't get too far into, but again, it chunks it down the first few steps as you work your way towards sales coordinator, which is the 22% commission, which is the highest commission in our marketing plan. So it's just going to show you those three steps there, if you will. And then documents is just going to obviously give you some PDF shortcuts to a handful of documents. Any questions on this so far? You're all good? I'm kind of going over everything quickly because it's a lot, but okay. So that's the Freedom Revolution. And then the last one is missiondrivenmodel.info. And if you've been around and you're familiar with this website, because we've utilized it a lot, if you're newer, you may not have been directed to it yet. It's a website that changes frequently. So you don't really, the one thing I'm going to direct you to on this site is right here on the top. See right here, it says product videos. That's really the only place I'm going to direct you to right now. If you've been around for a long time, I'm going to say feel free to poke around. If you're newer in this, don't bother about poking around so far. Focus more on the Healthy Living Revolution. Focus more on the Freedom Revolution, getting your memory jogger done, getting your story, your rock solid story secured and straight, and getting your events on the calendar, okay? And then working with your sponsor to get your business moving. But if you need additional resources in terms of videos to share with people, this is where you can go, product videos, okay? And they're all categorized. So this is what makes it really nice and easy. So if you're speaking to, again, a chiropractor, you might want to go here. If you're speaking to athletes, you might want to go here. Okay, they're categorized, so it makes it very easy to find them. And then maybe you save a few of your favorites onto your phone for really easy access, okay? You don't have to get into the weeds with watching every single video that's available to you. Just know you have a place to go to find the videos. And don't worry about anything else on here for now until you work with your sponsor and they say, yeah, now it's a good time to go back to this site and clean it a little more. Any questions on that? We're good. Okay. So if we're good, I'm going to stop share. Okay. And how did I do on time? 1 minute to spare.
Awesome.
So, all right. So Melissa, if you have anything else to add, please feel free if there's any questions.
Let's see if there's any questions. Yeah, because there's a lot. I know for the people who've been around for a while, a lot of that looks new. And then for the people who are kind of just starting, they're, getting familiar with it. Greta, go ahead.
Okay, if I could figure out how to unmute. So did I hear correctly or I missed something on thefreedomrevolution.com when we go into the videos on all these different topics and we can share that with other people? That's if we can only access it with the password, we're giving that to them. Did I understand that correctly?
Okay, so are you referring to the little videos that were like the Q&A section, or there was, and I can go back and do another.
I don't remember. It was like that, just video after video about like all kinds of different topics. Oh my gosh, they're all like that. I don't know which one it was. Seeing it.
Hold on,
I think what she's referring to, the question is more so if you wanted to share something behind the password protection area, do we have to give them the password to access that or not? Is that right, Greta?
Yeah, and if not, then is there another link to give them?
No. So are you?
I don't think it was these. I don't think it was the product videos. It was the other one before this.
These?
No.
Okay,
maybe I'm on
the Freedom Revolution.
Maybe I was on the wrong site in my head.
So if you're looking
list by categories.
Everything under here has a little link. Do you see this little link?
Yeah, those are public links.
Yeah, so you can click on this, copy it, and paste it into your text, paste it into your email. Okay.
What did you show before this?
Same thing if well, are you referring to this one?
There. Is it that one then? Is that the one you're asking about, Greta?
It might have been, but I don't.
Well, I'll just show you anyway. Just while we're on it. Okay. So you're going to, again, have a link below. Just you can highlight it, copy link, paste it into. The other site was Healthy Living Revolution, which all of the customer stuff, like all of the community stuff, is not password protected.
I may have misunderstood which site I was on at the time I was looking at it.
Okay. That's all good.
Yeah,
So,
it was probably on here.
On this one, there was the Healthy Living Revolution Live series that has a lot of the webinars. These are all the webinars. So maybe it was these, and in which case you can again copy the link. These are not password protected. This is all. So I can just,
Yeah, these were the ones I was thinking of. I mixed up which site it was.
so I can either copy this link, or I can click this little mail icon on the top, and it's going to, I'll select mail, and it's
Nice.
going to open
Okay.
up my email. Let's see all my emails. But it puts the subject line in, it puts a little text in there, and gives them the link. I don't even know.
Thank you.
So you can see it pops it right in. Okay. All right. Great question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions? Or was that so thorough?
Greta stole my question.
You guys are so
My job.
you. So in sync. All right. No questions on that. Everyone's going to be sharing videos and educating people like crazy.
Danielle, thank you so much for taking us through all that. You're one of the best. You are the best person on the team, I have to say, in terms of knowing where to go and what to send and all that kind of stuff. And it's really awesome. Thank you for staying on top of it, because it helps all of us be better. So,
Well, thank you.
Appreciate
I like the tools. The tools are what make this business so doable for everyone, right?
mm-hmm.
We can
Yep.
all, regardless of your background, your education, your whatever, knowing that there are tools there to help you on this business, anybody can do it, right? And that's really the name of the game, duplicate. And that's how we can grow and build and really impact an infinite number of people. That's what it's about.
Duplication. Love it. Awesome. Thank you. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. And if that's it, then we'll sign off for the night.
All right.
Thanks,
Good
Danielle.
night.
Guys.
Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Thanks. Night.